The morning sun filtered through the tall windows of the upscale men's fashion boutique tucked neatly in a quiet corner of Beverly Hills. It wasn't flashy like many of its neighbors. No neon signage or celebrity posters, just a single, clean plaque that read, K.R. Atelier. To the unassuming, it could be mistaken for a modest tailor shop. But those in the know understood that it was a Keanu Reeves passion project, a luxury menswear line designed around authenticity, minimalism, and quiet elegance. Most people didn't even know Keanu owned it. That was exactly how he liked it. Keanu had always believed in creating spaces, not empires. 𝐊𝐿 wasn't some vanity brand launched for headlines. It was a dream he had nurtured quietly for years, something he poured himself into between filming, a personal tribute to his late friend who once taught him how to hand-stitch suits in Toronto. To Keanu, the store was sacred. Not because it bore his initials, but because it stood for craftsmanship, humility, and the belief that style didn't have to shout to be heard. So when Keanu walked into his store that Tuesday morning, ball cap pulled low, toady zipped up, jeans slightly worn from his motorcycle ride, he expected just another quiet check-in. Maybe review some new samples, say hi to the team.
Nothing special.
But that wasn't how the day went. The sales associate behind the counter, a sharply dressed man in his mid-30s named Aaron, looked up from his phone and barely blinked. He gave Keanu a once-over, hoodie, jeans, worn boots, and immediately dismissed him. "Can I help you?" he asked curtly, tone laced with judgment. Keanu offered a polite smile. "Just browsing. Hope that's okay." Aaron's eyes narrowed. These pieces are kind of exclusive, and not exactly browsing material. Keanu paused. "I understand. Just wanted to see what's in today." Aaron stepped out from behind the counter, subtly positioning himself between Keanu and the main display. "Look, I'm just trying to save you the time. These are handcrafted suits. Bespoke. A single piece here could run upwards of $5,000. You don't do just looking. Maybe try Melrose." The words stung more than Keanu expected. He wasn't offended for himself. He'd been mistaken for a drifter before. But it saddened him that this beautiful space, built on kindness and subtlety, was now guarded by arrogance. His own store had somehow forgotten its soul. He didn't flinch. "I see," Keanu said simply. "And if I wanted to see the charcoal linen collection that launched last month," Aaron scoffed. "That's appointment only." Another staffer, a young woman named Mina, emerged from the back room carrying fabric swatches. She paused mid-step when she saw Keanu. Her eyes widened slightly. He nodded gently in her direction. She opened her mouth to speak, but Aaron beat her to it. "Don't worry, I've got this one," he said, waving her off. Keanu smiled kindly, glanced once more around the showroom. The pieces he'd helped design, the layout he'd personally approved, then turned to leave. "I'll make an appointment next time," he said softly. Aaron didn't even reply. Outside, the LA air felt warmer, lighter. Keanu stood beside his motorcycle helmet in hand and exhaled slowly. Then he pulled out his phone and made a call. By noon, every employee had been summoned to the main floor for a team huddle. They gathered around, murmuring nervously. Some still mid-lunch, others fresh from deliveries. Aaron stood off to the side, confused and slightly annoyed. Then the door opened, and Keanu Reeves walked in. No, not hoodie Keanu, not incognito Keanu, but Keanu, tailored black blazer, crisp white shirt, hair neatly pulled back. Every eye locked on him. Mina nearly dropped her clipboard. Aaron went pale. Keanu walked to the center of the room and smiled gently. "Hi," he began. "I'm Keanu. Some of you know me. Some of you may not. But I own this place." Beat. Silence. No one moved. Keanu continued. "This store exists for a reason. It's not just about clothes or tailoring or how expensive something is. It's about people. It's about treating every soul who walks in here with the same dignity and care, whether they wear a Rolex or ride a bicycle." He looked at Aaron, not with anger, but with heartbreaking softness. "I came in this morning, unannounced, to see how things were going. I didn't get very far." Aaron looked down, cheeks burning. "And that's okay," Keanu added. "We all have bad days. We all make assumptions sometimes. But this place can't be about that. It can't be about closing the door on someone because of how they look." He turned to the rest of the staff. This store was built to be different. And if we forget that, it becomes just another showroom. It's like to believe we're more than that. Someone near the back, a quiet tailor named Samir, clapped once, then twice. Soon the entire room was applauding. Keanu didn't take a bow. He simply smiled and nodded. "Meeting adjourned," he said. Later that afternoon, Keanu sat in the back room sipping tea. Mina came by quietly. "I'm so sorry," she said. "Should have said something." "You did," Keanu replied. "Your eyes said enough," she smiled shyly. Aaron came in next, hesitant, sheepish. I didn't know," he began. "You don't have to explain," Keanu said. "But if you stay here, you learn. And you treat everyone like they matter, 'cause they do." Aaron nodded, tears pricking his eyes. "Thank you for not firing me." Keanu chuckled. "We've all been blind before." That weekend, 𝐃𝐢𝐬 Atelier saw more foot traffic than it had in months. Not because of press or paparazzi, but because word had spread of a Hollywood star who dressed like a regular guy, got disrespected in his own store, and used it as a lesson in grace. The store's new motto, handwritten by Keanu on a chalkboard near the door, read, "Come as you are, leave seen." And beneath it, in smaller letters, "Kindness never goes out of style." Inside, Aaron was the first to greet every customer. With warmth, with sincerity, with a lesson burned deep into his soul. And at the back, Keanu worked quietly with Samir on a new line of suits inspired not by fashion weeks, but by humility. He called it the Common Thread Collection, pieces made for everyday heroes. Nurses, teachers, mechanics, students. Each suit would have a hidden stitch inside the left pocket, embroidered with a single word: respect. Because in Keanu's world, no one needed a name tag to matter. It just needed to be human.